Hey guys, this is Dr. Ashley here from Head to Toe Spine and Sports Therapy. Today I want to talk about desk ergonomics. Now, I don't know if you've ever wondered how your desk setup can affect neck, posture, and headaches and anything like that. So if you've ever had issues at work or at home with your desk setup with neck pain, it causing neck pain or headaches, I have a few tips to consider when setting up your desk, your at-home desk, or even your at-work desk setup. So we'll start with the sitting version first. Now, I just want to let you know that this is not going to be perfect, but I'll give you the best tips that you can think about. So when you're setting up your screen, most of you have multiple screens to worry about, maybe just 1, 2, or 3. You want to make sure that when you're setting them up, you have at least one of them facing you. If you have another here, you want to make sure that all your screens, the top of your screen is actually at your eye level. So wherever you're sitting, you want to make sure that this screen is where your eyes sit, where your head is neutrally. That way you're not looking too far up or too far down. That's going to affect your neck muscles for sure. Now, when your screen is at your eye level, you also want to make sure that your seat height is kind of fit for you. I personally like to sit a little bit higher. I like to have my hips above my knees. That way I sit up nice and straight. Some of you folks have desk chairs with backs. I think that's fine. If you want a little lumbar support, that's fine as well. So wherever your seat height is, right, you want to make sure that your screen level is still at your eyeballs. Okay? Outside of that, any kind of keyboard setup that you have, you want to make sure that your keyboard is not super high, right? So your screen can be up here. Your keyboard, I would suggest, keep it a little lower. So for the laptop setup, this is probably not going to be the most optimal for me. I would want it a little bit lower. So if you have a separate keyboard, a Bluetooth keyboard, I would suggest putting it down a little bit lower so that your angle here at your elbow is a little bit more open as opposed to closed up like this. Oftentimes, if you're typing too high, those shoulders can come up and those traps can kick on. Moving on to the standing setup here. So we have a little standing desk right here. Everything will still apply, everything that I just mentioned. So again, you want to keep the screen height, top of the screen at your eye level. So this again is too low. So I'd want it about here. Same thing with the keyboard height. You want a little bit lower. This again is still a little bit too high. I would want it down low. So if you have a standing desk that has a separate keyboard pull out little drawer, I would suggest putting down a little bit lower. As far as standing goes, feet, hip distance apart is usually pretty good place to start. Now, if you start to feel any low back pain, I know we're talking about neck pain, but if you start to feel any low back pain, I would suggest using a split stance here and kind of switching between left foot forward, right foot forward, or even putting your feet up on something to give that back and hip a little bit of a break. But again, moving towards the neck, same rules, screen height at your eye level, keyboard a little bit lower. Now, if you have any kind of specific questions about your desk setup that you want answered, go ahead and let us know. You can set up an appointment. And again, if you're dealing with any kind of neck pain or headaches, we can help out with that too.